Hello everybody, join me in the waiting as we wait for a match. We wait for a worthy opponent. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. And we're up against Leroy Jenkins. Excellent. He's just gonna run in and not even think, isn't he? This should be easy. If you're a gamer, this is hysterical to you. You probably cried with laughter when you first saw the video the first time. I bought a shirt that says Save Leroy at a comic book convention. If you're not familiar with it, go look up the internet meme. It's very worth the while of your time. And what do we want to do? I think we want to bring out Ellis Core now. Ellis Ilcore, that is. Even though he's probably going to get killed. The name of this deck is called It Hurts When I Do This, because most of my cards involve dealing me some damage, including 4 of the Infernal Grasp. I usually just have like 1 or 2 of these in my decks if I'm going to use it, but I went whole hog and put 4 copies in this time. And what do we feel like doing? Let's get rid of something. We're going to cast a spell so it doesn't turn into night. And we're going to wait. He got 2 out at once. That's disgusting. I really don't want him to get card draw, so we're going to get rid of that one. And I guess I'm going to do this because I don't want to miss a land drop. And he has just the right mix of land and cheap enough creatures. And his mana helpers. And he's got 2 Outland Liberators. Okay. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. And I didn't get land. Just great. That's just perfect. He got land. My opponent has no problem. I get extra card draw, no lands. This is my life lately on Arena. Handful of cards I can't use. And he just made it night. Gets the perfect card. I miss a land drop. I missed a land drop a couple times with my extra card draw. He has just enough land to cast his thing twice. I guess it's not worth it to block the tramplers. And he still gets to draw cards. That's just great. So, what do I do? If I do that, then I'm not going to have enough life left. I don't have the white mana for Enduring Angel. I guess I can do this. And that's all I can do. The question is, do you want to just bum rush me, and since I'm so low on health? They don't. They don't want to bum rush me. Well, I think it's time for this then, right? You choose, but you're getting rid of somebody. Leroy Jenkins. Oh, that's lovely. Do I have to take back all of my complaints tonight? We'll see. We nearly caught up with their lane. Alright. I feel like 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I want to do this. And then we want to do this. I don't want him to have extra mana. And when we lose life, the Scrivener gets a +1. And the bad thing for your opponent about Sheoldred is Sheoldred never has to attack. You can just sit there. He doesn't have haste, but he does have the ability to give himself first strike, which means he can take out Sheoldred if Sheoldred blocks. It's kind of a waste of your mana, because you can't attack right now. Every time we gain a life, every time we lose a life, Scrivener gets a little something. So, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We're going to kick this. We're going to get back Ella's Core. We're going to gain 2 life. Scrivener's going to get 6. And now we attack. Even with Sheoldred. You can double block Sheoldred, but you can't stop the Scrivener. And when a creature I control dies, the opponent loses life. So you're going to chump block or you're going to take him out. At least with the Packsong Pup, you're going to be guaranteed to gain 3 life. There you go. Go up to 6, and Core takes you down to 5. And you can't do anything against my flyer. But you can use all your mana if you want to. Our cleric dies again. Bring out this little guy. Oh, we already have one out. Never mind. We'll just go ahead and kill him. Poor Leroy Jenkins. At least he has chicken. Alright. "13-year-old internet jokes." That's what we've got, people. I think it's been about 13 or 14 years. Alright, let's go ahead and show you the deck. For the new people, welcome. I'm Travis. I am your host here at Tpull's Corner. Remember to subscribe. "It Hurts When I Do This" is the name of the deck, because I decided that I'm doing a theme with the word hurt on all of my deck naming for the week. And it's based around kind of the idea of 3 copies of Jaren Corrupted Bishop. I want to get my life total to be exactly 13 lives so I can pay 6 mana and get Ormondal the Corruptor, which is this legendary demon you see to the right, flying 6/6 with trample and lifelink. I think I managed to get him once and then he was instantly removed in an earlier deck. So I have 3 copies now, and I just want to, get the demon out. I want to get the demon out. And to do that, I need to get down to 13 life, but I need a way to gain life as well. So I've got a mix of cards in here, some of which are life gain, but a lot of which hurt myself. Hence, it hurts when I do this. So we've got Clawing Torment that actually makes the opponent lose a life a turn as we enchant their artifact or creature. We've got Eaten Alive for removal. We've got Skrell's Hive. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a Phyrexian Might artifact creature. This is from the new Phyrexian expansion. And so you create these 1/1 toxic creatures. So hopefully I'll have a lot of fodder for my sacrificing creatures to cast a real cheap Eaten Alive. I've got the 4 Internal Grasps, so I can lose 2 life when I destroy a target creature. I got 4 copies of Elysial Core, so Death Touch is like a little chump blocker. This is a way whenever another creature enters the battlefield, I can gain 1 life. So if I have a Jaren on the battlefield and I want to get to 13, I can sort of choose, I know I'm going to lose 1 turn, 1 life per turn if Skrell's Hive is out, and then I can sort of calculate, do I want to use this now? Do I want to hold off? Do I want to enter a creature and gain a life? Do I need to get high because we just went below 13? Hopefully I've got enough varying levers in here that I can get to the right number that I need when I need it, when the time is right. I got 4 Gruesome Realizations, so I can draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, or I can just make my opponent's creatures lose 1/1. I've got 1 Malicious Malfunction, so all creatures, including mine, would get -2/-2. We've got 2 Sheoldred's Restoration, which we can use to bring a creature straight back from the graveyard to the battlefield. If I just cast it for the 4 mana value, I'm going to lose life equal to that card's mana value. So again, if it gets me to 13 when I need it, that might be worthwhile. But otherwise, I want to save it for the kicker when I can gain that much life. 4 copies of Enrika Domnathi that has 3 different choices. You can have each player sacrifice a creature, you can draw a card and lose 1 life, or you can transform her into the vampire you see to the right, a flying Death Touch lifelink with 3/4. Let's see. Next, we have 1 copy of Sheoldred, who has already put in an appearance and made her weight worth in gold so that we can gain life when we're near death. We've got 1 copy of Sorin the Mirthless, which can give us a 2/3 black vampire creature token with flying and lifelink for his -2 ability. And I've already playtesting the deck. I've managed to use the ultimate in the -7 and deal 13 damage to the opponent's face and win that way. I don't know how often we'll get to do that, but it can be done. I'm not sure if I should keep this in here. I've got 1 Enduring Angel. It costs 3 white, and this is mostly a black deck with just a couple splashes of white in it. But it also gives us these little 1/1 white human creature tokens with Jaren, which gave him the idea to go black and white. But anyway, Enduring Angel from Innistrad, flying double strike, gives you hexproof. If your life total gets reduced to 0 or less, you transform the Enduring Angel into the Angelic Enforcer. You still have hexproof, but your life total becomes 3, and then whenever Angelic Enforcer attacks, you double your life total. So on your very next turn, hopefully you can attack with Angelic Enforcer, and you'll automatically double your life total to 6, and Angelic Enforcer's power and toughness are equal to your life total, so it goes from a 3/3 to a 6/6. And, maybe that's enough to swing the battle. Vampire Scrivener is great because whenever you gain life during your turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on the Scrivener. Whenever you lose life, you put a +1/+1 counter on the Scrivener. So I could gain a life by bringing a creature down, then I could destroy one of their creatures and lose life. And, you can get this from a 2/2 to like a 4/4 or a 5/5 in just 1 turn, depending on how much money you have available in your hand and what's going on the board. 1 copy of Cruelty of Gix from Dominaria United. Target opponent reveals their hand. You can get rid of a creature or planeswalker. If we want to read ahead, we can just go search our library for a specific card. We lose 3 life, which, again, we might want to, depending on where Jaren is on the board. And we can, for the third chapter, put a creature from our graveyard onto the battlefield under our control. So if we're losing too many Jarens, we can still get him back from the graveyard when we want to. And 3 Invoke Despairs. I don't have 4, so I'm using 3. And, this is to get rid of the enchantments and planeswalkers mostly. But if they don't bother to use those, then we'll just get rid of creatures and get a little card draw. So for the lands, we've got 2 Aganjo, Seat of the Empire. We've got 1 Takenuma to give us a chance maybe to mill 3 cards and return a creature or planeswalker from the graveyard. We've got 2 Dross Pits from Phyrexia to go ahead and sacrifice them later and draw cards if we want to. And 1 Field of Ruin and 2 Plaza of Heroes, because we can exile it and target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible. And we're dealing with a lot of legends here. Elisel Kor is a legendary, Jaren's legendary, Enrika is legendary, and Childred is legendary. The only things that aren't, Enduring Angel is not legendary, and the Vampire Scrivener is not legendary. But everybody else is. So I thought it was worth having 2 Plaza of Heroes in there. Maybe not 4. Alright, so let's go in. Let's play against somebody besides Leroy Jenkins. Somebody who has a better reputation at being effective, perhaps. And we'll see if we can still win. I would like to note, we used to have a lot of trouble with those werewolf decks. There's still a battle. It's a pretty well put together deck. It can kill you really fast if you don't have what you need. But we beat it. We're getting better with our deck construction at handling things like that. So I always feel good about my deck when I'm still like early play testing and I beat the werewolf deck. I think I've got something here. That maybe, just maybe, the combination of cards might work. Oh. Did not transform. Too bad. So sad. If they have a counterspell, we're going to make them use it now. They don't mind losing the 1/1. This might be a Haughty Djinn deck. That's mostly the mono blues I've been seeing. Oh no, it's not just a Haughty Djinn deck then. Okay, so in that case, let's go ahead and try this. Okay, we do have some counters. And a dog. And they might still have counters. What happens if we try and bring Enrika back? It's going to cost us, but it worked. Draw a card and lose 1 life. Ah, Jaren's here. Hello. We just need 1 more land. I feel confident I can get us down to 13. Do something. Hurrah. Excellent. Alright, I was thinking about testing the waters with Sheoldred, but if we have 2 Jarens, it's worth it. It's worth it. I just need 1 more land, and I can lose 2 life whenever I feel like. They're going to lose 2 life instead. They've got a lot of removal. Do you want to lose the dog? You do want to lose the dog. You're willing to trade that? Why are you willing to trade your dog? For a 1/1 token? Gross. Okay. Let's try Jaren again. Why do I feel like they have removal? I don't want to lose 2 life. I just want to lose 1. I'm in a very awkward place right now. That's a sorcery, though, not an instant. And they're just going to wait? Seriously? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, fine. We will attack. What do you got? A planeswalker.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
Alright.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Do not surveil into a counterspell. Okay, he knew that Lion Sash wasn't going to be good enough, so he got rid of that at least. But you stopped Jaren a couple times. That makes me irritated.
We've got the edge in this fight.
You can die. You can go down there. You can go there. I guess we're just hitting you for 1.
I still have much to learn.
And we can actually protect Shieldred if we need to. I do have some ways to get Jaren out of the graveyard, and I do have a 3rd Jaren somewhere. Do you have another Wandering Emperor coming up? Sometimes decks like these have 4. They're not getting the answer they wanted, so they keep having to dig, and it's costing them. Borrowed Time. Okay. Let's see if this is enough. They might also have a board wipe. All right. Chalk up another win, but it wasn't the way I wanted to win. If I had more Shieldreds, I would probably use them. But I find for these mythic rares, especially ones that seem to tip the balance of the meta, I don't mind for a long time going with just 1 or 2 of them because I don't get bored of them. They're such utility cards, you almost feel like, oh, I'm playing that color, I have to put that in my deck. I do get that feeling a lot. But since it is only 1 copy, I'm not really bothered by seeing her all the time. And then sometimes you don't even draw her, so she doesn't come up. Okay, this is a different, yeah, this is a different user. So it's not the exact same person. They already got the flip. Nice. They got another one. And no problems with their land drops. And they can just fly right over our heads, and we're down past 13 already. Do they feel comfortable getting a basic land they can just throw away? No, they get rid of 2. They get rid of Essence Scatter and Consider. And they're tapped out. Okay, so what can we do? We can put down... We can have each player sacrifice a creature. They got all of their scrying up front, huh? That could be bad for us if it gets them to what they want. And still more draw. Here they should find a basic land. By now. No. So they toss a Spell Pierce and a Fading Hope. And they still want to attack. And what do I do? I guess I'm going to transform her, and we will continue to attack. She's going to be on defense. We'll attack there. And I'm going to push it. Didn't get a land. I can keep losing life, though. There's the Haughty Gem. No, okay, now I got... I think I'm dead. That one I can just kill, so that's fine. Still didn't get a land. So we can block there. Yeah, oops on you. That's all I can do, though, which means I got a chump block with Enrica, although she does have Death Touch, and you got rid of 1 Fading Hope. I got some Death Touch and Death Touch there. Although, I am kind of irritated that I drew an extra 2 cards and still missed a land drop. 5 is my magic number with this deck. Why would you use Fading Hope on Jaren? Because you want to scry? You want the extra life? I've got Death Touch. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Okay, that gives me 5. This gives me an extra flyer in case he has a Fading Hope, so I at least have a chump blocker. Never mind. Getting all the land he wants. Still doesn't have what he wants, though. Alright, let's try it. Sacrifice somebody. No counterspell. Okay. Well, then let's try this. Sacrifice a creature. Target you. I'm going to sacrifice Ella's Core. Exile the Djinn. Slip out the back. Okay. No attacks. He can still kill us. And he's at 5 now, so a Ganjo, discarding a Ganjo won't do the trick. Okay, so we bring out Jaren. He shouldn't want to do that, right? He shouldn't want to get rid of that. Okay, then we try and kill the Jin. Save it. Another slip out the back. That's kind of nice for him. 14. And land. Alright. What are you doing? I have Death Touch. Why would you... Are you giving up? That puts me up to 10. Hang on. Can I still give this thing... There. I need to get up to 13. You know what I'm trying to do, right? I just want to get up to 13 and transform Jaren. I didn't attack you for 3, I attacked you for 1. Are you going to hang out and let me play my game? My turn? What are you going to do to me? 1 point. Put the land down. We can protect Jaren with hexproof. On the next turn, we can transform at the end. We'd still have 6 if we have to sacrifice the Plaza of Heroes. We have a flying demon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's it? All right. No tricks. Okay, we got Armandal out, and we finished the game in 1 turn. Well, I'm glad he hung in there. There's so many people that would have just left 3 turns ago. He could have got a Fading Hope. He could have gotten a couple other things that might have helped him. He could have gotten more creatures. Alright, it doesn't get better than that. Props to my opponent. It's a good day when they hang in there and let me show off my jank. Now the question is, can we ever get the demon out and actually play with him for more than 1 turn? It sounds dirty, but I'm not being dirty. It's just Magic the Gathering. It's just the words we have to use. You're talking like a Magic player. When I say I'm playing with my demon, it's not dirty. It's like, it's a digital game. It's a digital demon. It's make-believe. But it's harmless fun. If you're younger and your mom hears these comments, just know, it's not dirty. It's Magic the Gathering. Relax. And if you're older and you want cussing and swearing, I'll send you over to Quasar77. He does not stop swearing. Alright, 4 lanes already. I like it. Becomes a target of a spell, and we get a poison card. But that means they can target their own creature, which gives us problems. So it is worthwhile to get rid of that thing as quickly as we can. So we might have to bring Enrica out and sacrifice Ellis Core. Gets trample. Oh, you know what? Let's just do this. I can pay. I don't have 3 poison counters. You wasted a spell. They get to draw a card. And I had 2 poison counters, but I paid for that. I don't know why you would do that. Jace is featured on a lot of these cards, isn't he? He was a big star. Okay, what do we want to do? They're tapped out. We gain a life, we're going to draw a card and lose it right away. Kind of like having that, I just need 1 more land. We've got removal. He's getting more cards. He's paying full price for them. He saves himself from having to sacrifice a creature with her. Let me go ahead and... I can draw cards too. Look at me. Yeah, and we got land this time and everything. Gain life back. Next. Transform. I don't need to sacrifice Ellis Core. Attack for 5. Okay, they've spent this entire time setting up. They've drawn a couple of extra cards each time. You should have land and be able to do something. That might be too slow. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it is too slow, because you're going to lose the enchantment right now. I'm not sure what they're holding up priority with 1 mana. But now you have 6. What do we got? We got Lear, which doesn't do you any good, because I've got a flyer. You need Fading Hope at least. They do not. I like blue. I love card draw. I have a number of decks with Vesuvan Duplimancy, but you can't go, in most normal matches, you can't go 6 or 7 turns doing nothing but drawing cards. You need to have something else you can do. It's good to hope, but it's better to build something into your deck besides card draw. Oh, did we just win 3 in a row? This is the type of confidence that makes me turn and try it out in ranked, and then I get my butt whipped. Either because ranked hates me, or because I've won so many times in a row that I'm due for a forced loss. And it just happens that that's... I finally get all the wins I want, and then I go into ranked, and then I start losing. We'll do 1 more. Who needs Shieldred? Shieldred didn't even show up that time. Didn't draw Jaren either. Ellis Core shows up a lot. 4 copies. Hello, we're playing poker. body dropper, and hello. Magic? Are you trying to tell me something? Oh, they're just pumping that guy up, huh? They could be attacking me.
Frankly, destruction is best left to the professionals. Who needs the sun when you've got me around?
That's a lot of damage all at once. And Alice Core isn't around to handle that kind of stuff. And I can't put down multiple creatures because these are legendary. Is she willing to do that again?
You're no match for my students.
That's too late, and I don't have 2 black mana, and I can't cast anything else. Do you feel like maybe we're getting punished? I'll go get a swamp, but I don't have any board wipes. Maybe I could make an end run at Jaya? Uh-oh, now they got flying. We can equip it for 3, so we've got 1 turn left.
The experience will do you good.
I'm not gonna bother blocking. The life gain gets offset with the life loss. I could do that and have everybody. Let's go ahead and put out Enduring Angel. Maybe they don't have removal. Now I don't really care if they do lethal to me. And I can just fly over and take out Jaya next turn if they don't have removal. You can sacrifice stuff. Let's see, if you gain... Sacrifice another creature, gains a
Light
menace.
them up!
Yep, they did good. They still have Jaya, they got rid of my creature. It's like they're tailor-made to defeat me. Plus, I've got none of my regular removal. Alright. Each player sacrifices a creature. Whoopity-doo! Could this have been any more one-sided? This was not a good game. I got 4 of these. 4 of the same legendary,
Get out
so
there
that I
and
couldn't
blaze
cast
a
multiples.
path.
It took me a while to get the second swamp out. By that time, it was too late to use this on them. If you give me the right mana, I could have gotten these guys before they started pumping themselves up all over the place. He's having too much fun. And that's what happens when Magic decided you've won too many times in a row. Let's not give you the right color lands. Let's give you 4 copies. This is getting a little astronomical. I mean, how many times have you gotten all 4 copies of the card that you have, you know, in the first 6 or 7 draws? I don't know. We could play some more. I might play some more with this deck. I feel like I need to get Jaren transformed into a demon more often. I don't feel I've hit my proper quota. But we'll leave it here for the night. We'll go ahead and show you the deck one more time. And so we had a question actually recently when I did a singleton deck of why do you have one copy of everything? Isn't it you're supposed to have multiple copies of good cards? And my response was yeah, sometimes. But I was doing a lot of Planeswalkers, and I said actually a lot of times if you have like legendary things like Planeswalkers, you have dead cards in your hand. And if you've got any other aspect of your deck that you might have dead cards in your hand, maybe you don't want to deal with that. And this is a prime example of what can happen to you if you have multiple copies of legendary cards and you're not playing with Mirror Box. So since I do have 3 copies of a legendary, 4 copies of the same legendary, 4 copies of the same legendary, maybe it's not the worst idea to throw a Mirror Box in here. I'm at 61 cards right now, and that was just kind of because I wanted to throw Enduring Angel in there just for grins and giggles, because I haven't had a chance to construct a deck around her in a while. So she was getting lonely, just not being used. Give me some comments. What do you think? Should we go ahead and change up some of our 2-drops so we don't have that fantastically, statistically small chance happen to us again of having 4 of the exact same legendary creature in our hand by the time we get to turn 4 or 5 or whatever it was? Should I throw a Mirror Box in there? What do you think I should do to make this deck a little bit better? Especially if it helps me to get Jaren out and transform him into the Corruptor more often and more consistently. That's the goal with this deck. Anyway, as always, remember to like and subscribe. Travis signing off from Tpull's Corner. Thanks for joining me, and have a good one.